Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Manor Lords, where in the last episode we turned our little hamlet into a village. At least I think the addition of a church is what turns a hamlet into a village. I'm not really up on this kind of stuff, but it sounded good, didn't it? In this episode we're going to fill out our residential area a little bit, making sure that we still have all of the production we need to sustain it. And then we also need to get our manor started as well, because honestly, the people are asking for it. And I know that sounds like the sort of thing that a devious manor owner would say, but no, they are. Look, lack of administrative buildings is giving us -10 to our public order. So we need to do something about it. Where it's going to go, that is the tricky bit, because part of me would like, of course, it to sort of sit away from the town, because obviously we don't want to be anywhere near the peasants. But yeah, I'm not too sure about this. I think what we're going to have to do is we've cleared this area out quite nicely here. So I think we're going to move our logging camp a little bit, because I actually do think we can get a couple of farms in here. It certainly isn't going to be the long-term sort of breadbasket of the area, but I do think a couple of farms here will be able to generate some bread. If we look into our construction area and go to the Emma fertility, which is wheat, we actually have pretty good here. So we could do farms from this road down to this road and then across from this road, and whilst they wouldn't be huge, they would certainly be good enough to sort of cause like 3 or 4 farms with one on a sheep rotation. I actually think it's quite doable. So we are going to look at rehousing our logging camp over this side and begin clearing out over here. We don't have good growth over here, although this is pretty good for some more Emma actually. What else do we have down here that's good? Little bit of flax, no barley. Rye is good as well for bread. Actually, rye might be better all over than bread. I don't know why you wouldn't do rye over wheat, unless maybe do we have to unlock it? Rye cultivation, there we go, unlocks rye for the field. Similar to wheat, rye can be processed into flour, it's more resilient and therefore can be grown in places with low fertility. So we would have to have like 2 things unlocked here, one there and a second one there, so we're a little way off that, so we probably will do wheat. But yeah, I think wheat with some sheep in between is probably fine over here. The big problem we're going to have is barley. There's very few decent spots for barley over here, and barley is what we need for making beer. So I do think trading is something we're going to have to look at as well, because we're going to have to start to trade this this stuff. So we're going to move the logging camp first of all. We're going to relocate it. We're going to bring it out to over here. We're going to keep all of this sort of stuff together. There we go. And we're going to move our saw pit as well, which we can do fairly easily. That's good. So this becomes our sort of logging hub. Let's get them started on that. It's not as simple as the building just getting picked up. It is going to be the sort of thing that we have to slowly move over, but it shouldn't take them too long, I don't think. I don't know whether or not we need the... oh yeah, no, we do need the ox carrying some stuff. He's going to bring some stuff. Wild animals are great. Oh no! Were we too close? Oh, they're birds. Oh, they've only migrated like a foot that way. That's fine. The hunting camp. I wonder, do we move the hunting camp then? Is it better off down here? It might be better off over here, you know. Let's do that. We now have exposed goods. Well, yeah, I mean, it needs to get moved, doesn't it? It's only 2 meat, that's fine. Somebody will move that over pretty quickly. Okay, so that can all carry over, and I'm pretty sure the families will continue to work there. Yeah, there we go. There's that meat going. That's good. The hunting camp has finished, and the animals are still happy there. And so, no, we have a free family there now, so we'll put a family back in. So it's interesting to see where that happens here as well. I'll take a moment to finish it off. People are coming over to build. They're doing a good enough job. There we go. A little building going up there. Nice. And yeah, that needs people as well. Okay. So I'm hoping that the other things we have in place don't really get lost here. Like the amount of saws we were holding on to. We have a lot of food. It's mostly meat and veg and fish. And we are starting to stack up on honey now. Eggs are not stacking up. Okay. Right, that's good. So what I want to do is keep pushing forward to eggs. So these have all got chickens here. These are all veg. I think these will make good chickens too. So let's go chicken coop. There we go. And basically every time we have 15 regional wealth, we'll add in another one of those. I don't really see a downside to doing those, to be honest with you. There may be. If there is a downside to those, please let me know in the comments. It might be that, you know, people don't do their jobs enough. But so far, I don't really see a negative to having those set up. Okay, saw pit. Get some people in there working. Let's see. Does it keep the production limit? It does, and it's staying at 20. Maybe we'll up that to 30 now, just so we've got a decent supply. And I'm actually going to cobbler's shop. I'm going to come into here to advance and just put this up to 5, just so we've got a bit of a surplus for when we start to upgrade some of these in a little while, and we forget to do that. I'll do while I think about it. We have a few families empty, so let's think about where we would like to put people. We currently have timber and planks. Oh, that's what we need to do. Logging camp. Does it move the area? Because it was here, obviously. So now we're going to sort of take all of this. Actually, what we would like to do is that area. Just to start off with, we're going to do that area. We're actually going to put a second family in there. I would like that to be cut down pretty quickly, because I'm thinking this is where our manor would go. A little bit of a hill here. It's perhaps a little close to the charcoal kiln. We can always look at moving that. I don't know why I said that like a cockney. Charcoal kiln. We are going to erase some shrubbery. I think this stuff would probably get removed when we build a farm here, but just in case not, we'll do it. I'm pretty sure all these smaller trees will go away with the farm as well. We'll see. So we're not quite ready for it yet. I would like to get the manor set up first. That will be the last thing we can do with stone, though, so that's actually a good point. Do we... Let's have a look. The manor requires 15 stone. Farming. Does any of this require stone? The field is nothing, that's fine. Farmhouse is just some wood. Pasture, we haven't got to worry about. Sheep farm. And then windmill and the oven. Yeah, okay. We lost 5 boots. Jesus, we just made those boots. Okay, this area is getting cleared out nicely. Let's continue. So those last few will get cut there. That's good. So these are young trees, so I'm going to worry too much about that. Okay. Administration, manor. We're going to build it here with a view to eventually, you know, spread out. We can come in and adjust this building as we see fit. But I feel for now, it's just going to come and sit up on this hill here. Yeah, there we go. So now we're in manor mode. It's a work in progress feature. You edit the layout of your castle and plan the construction of new wings and towers. When you press commit, the old layout will disappear and the new one will be constructed. For now, the cost is also fixed. Yeah, so we can come in and add stuff, but it starts to add additions on. So how do we get rid of something? Alt. Oop. So for now, this is all we can do, unless any of this doesn't require wood. Oh, so the gates only cost stone. The outer tower cost... sorry, that only costs planks. The outer tower costs stone. The garrison tower costs stone. And the tax office is... Does it say cosmetic only? Okay. But still, it's a second building that'll look quite cute. So I'm actually going to put it down. Yeah, we'll add that in because it looks nice. And then as far as the gates go, how does it make a gate? Is it if it goes through a path? Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. Very clever. Okay. Well, for now, that's a lot of timber that we don't have, so or we don't want to spend necessarily. We have 33 timber. Yeah, that's okay. We'll commit on that. Get that started. And then we'll think about taking roads up to it. And that'll do that nicely. That's good. And then we still want tavern here. So housing-wise, we can run housing along here with some small backs on it. Let's see what that would look like. Industrial, herbage plots. Can we come to here? No? Okay, how about we start there? Why doesn't it want to do that one weird little spot? That's peculiar. Okay. Well, it's not going to let us do it. We'll make a thing out of it. Sure. Oops. I don't love it. There we go. See, that fills it in nicely. Well, a bit of an angle there. There we are. Oh no. Doesn't want to put anything there. That's interesting. Aha, okay. Okay, so we could just have 2 there. Even 1 doesn't give us that second plot. This is a bit of an odd spot then, really, eh? How about instead, then, would the tavern fit there? Tavern's a bit of a squeeze even as well, eh? I mean, what about if we delete the bit of road that we did then? How do we alt? Okay, how about we do that? Maybe the tavern fits there just perfectly. No. Does just not want to fit there, eh? Oh. Maybe. It just doesn't want to snap. Trees at roots of construction forming, that's fine. Okay, so maybe the tavern goes there then. Because it fits nicely and there's not much else we're going to get in that spot. Okay, planks and things. I don't want to build it just yet, but that's where the tavern will go. That's fine. Alright, in the meantime, we'll just get our little manor house built. Priorities. I need somewhere to live. Just in time, our beautiful little house is here. I say just in time, it's raining. I didn't want to get wet. Click on the taxes tab after selecting your manor to set the levels of taxation. Taxes can boost your treasury and influence at the cost of making your population poorer. Well, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Let's have a look. Taxes. So land tax, that is going to be... that's collected from regional wealth into here, is it? Treasury. And then the tithe. What's the tithe? Percentage of surplus food is given to the church in return for influence. I mean, we could definitely do that one. Like, we have so much food. Oh, these are 10 as well. Okay. Land tax 10%. I think that's, 10% land tax is perfectly fine. And it will be a negative approval, but we also have good from market food and clothing or whatever else. That'll slowly start to tickle that up, of which we get taxed on it, I think, eventually. And it will... require diplomacy and pressing claims, gain from the raising of settlement level, introducing the tithe action and building influential buildings. Okay, and then King's Favour is something else. What I would love to do is get this spot before we have to fight for it, because if we can have these 2, we can build up a real good thing. We need 1,000 influence to claim it. I don't think the claiming with King's Favour is something that exists yet, but this would be a real good spot. We have rich wild berries. We have some outlaws we can deal with. We have quite a few outlaws we can deal with, actually, but it does give us a bit of iron. Where's like a rich iron? Yeah, so that one eventually will be the key one. But for now, we're doing okay. Down in the corner here, we don't mind our little spot. We don't mind our little spot at all. The manor house is in. So far, is looking fine. It'll slowly raise up our regional wealth. It'll slowly raise up our... Actually, no, it doesn't raise up regional wealth. Amount of money owed by residents in this region is the primary currency used for trading posts, can be spent on backyard extension or converted to treasury via. Okay, so trading is definitely the next thing. If we have our tavern this side, we could have our trading post this side. I think that's the way to go. But first of all, I really want to get some farms in. So let's get a few roads to close off this spot here. We'll do something like that, and then this can be farms here. Now, does this stuff get shifted? There's 17 there, there's 7 there. I assume eventually it does, but they don't seem to be doing a very good job of it. Can we tell them to come and do it? Perhaps not. Perhaps it isn't. Do we shut down the logging camp until all of it's used? Is that what we have to do? Let's do that. Let's see. What do you go and get one of them? You're going the long way around, but it looks like it. Why would you not just go down there? Yeah, so they're slowly grabbing those. That's fine. In the meantime, I want to start looking at some fields. I don't know why, but I'm really nervous about doing it. Let's have a look. Emma fertility. Yeah, see, Emma is pretty good, although we have just chopped off like a good chunk of it there. Maybe we do the road differently. I would like a road there, but maybe we don't. Maybe we just take fields all the way up. Or actually, no, what we can do... we can use... This space here will be suitable for a couple of properties. That doesn't let us do anything in the back. So I guess it's... I guess it's that. And this is just housing. Sure. Okay. Still got space for the tavern, and then, yes, we've just used up good field space, but now at least it makes sense. Alright. Oh. Are we a little off there, are we? There we go. Alright, so let's build a farm. Farmhouse. Used to employ workers on nearby fields. After the harvest, crops are transported here, where farmers thresh wheat into grain. Alright, so we can't go there because of that bit of wood. So the other option is, do we actually take this out of the good spot? Because all of this is good and we're just wasting it by putting the farm in the middle of it. So actually, is there something to be said about having the farm sort of here in the beginnings of the negative space? Actually, I think that's a terrible idea. And then roads can come off it, like so. There we go. In the meantime, I'm hoping this sort of stuff gets picked up. There's still 12 there, but eventually it will. I'm sure. Where are you going? Oh, you're just grabbing logs from the ground around, eh? They must be there from when they were cut down. That's interesting. Okay, well, that's fine. I was hoping you would grab them from here. Maybe grab it on the way back? Yeah, nice. That's good. So, well done. Okay, farmhouse. We have a lot of families who can work here, which is good. We can also add a ploughing station for heavy plough. Enables employing oxen at the farmhouse for significant faster ploughing of large fields, as well as bringing crops back to storage more efficiently. Okay, well, we don't currently have one. We need 5 level 2 Burbage plots before we can even do it. Let's see how we get on without it. I have seen some notes online that suggest you can kind of manage without them, as long as you build the farms a little smaller. So let's look at that. Alright, construction... Field. Okay, fields in Manor Lords need to be very large to be effective, but also take long to plough by hand. For a starting village, try a field size of about 1 Morgan. Later, if you want the region to focus on farming, you can consider spending a development point to unlock heavy plough, which allows ploughing much bigger fields far more efficiently, utilising oxen. Also remember to check the ground fertility. Some crop types are picky about the soil in which they grow. So, our first farm... I mean, it really wants to be here. I know that's kind of dumb that it's so far away, but it would be silly not to have it sort of here. So that's a Morgan. That's 0.9th of a Morgan. So let's take it that way a little. There we go. And then we'll be able to get a similar size in there. And I'm assuming we can't do that because of those bits of tree there. Still 10 there. Well, they'll slowly get picked out. In the meantime, maybe we deal with it being a little less impactful. And instead do something like that. Okay. That's a Morgan. Okay. So now we can click in this. We will rotate it. And we will say wheat. So flax can be wheat into linen. Barley can produce malt. Makes very poor barley. Wheat is the threshold into grain. Okay. So I think what we want to do... Fertilization. That's the one that means we can have sheep on it. So this will be wheat. And I thought one of the options here... Fallow. Fallow fields generate all types of fertility but have no yields. Okay, so let's go wheat, wheat. Let's build another one here. I mean, these aren't going to get used for much at all, really, but... Oh, Morgan. There we go. Oops. No, don't miss with that. And then this one will be wheat, a year off wheat. What does Burnfield do? Just get rid of nasty crops or something? And then really a third one that has a year off straight away. Yeah. And then you stay fallow. And then we start on wheat. So there's always 2 fields having wheat produced. Okay. We have our retinue of 5 out of 12. That's good. Policies available. What policies? Oh, here, policies. Ah, okay. Wild animals on rich deposits breed twice as fast. Citizens skip every 5th meal, reduces food consumption, but decreases approval. I don't want to do either of those, as we don't currently even have a wild... Oh, is that a rich deposit? Oh, that is a rich deposit. Oh, in that case, we might as well do that one, eh? Locked in early access, locked in early access. I mean, there's no others available, so... Oh, wait. Wild animals produce twice as fast at a cost of 50% reduced yields from crops. I mean, they just seem awful, so let's ignore those for now. But what else is up here? Production, trade. Okay, we're not really trading anything yet. I really wanted to get the fields, you know, cooking before we start trading, because I do think we're going to produce so much bread that it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. In the meantime, we have a lot of families, and we're going to be building more houses later. So I really want these moved. How many's there now? 9. Well, it'll happen eventually, I'm sure. Let's put another family in the tannery. Another family in the woodcutter's lodge. Another family in the charcoal kiln. Let's do we've got 2 and 2 there, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Do we have any families? Yes, there's just 2 families moved in there. That's interesting. Okay. And the church just has a family. Fishers could have a second family. I mean, most of these will end up going to the farms, or we'll bring more in for the farms. There we go. This wood is clearing off. Where's that wood going then? I'm curious. Transporting timber, as I can see. Oh, there's his buddy luck that we can't say out loud. Come on, I want to see where you're going, pal. Where are you taking the lumber to? Oh, to the logging camp. Okay, so you are just moving stuff over. That's good. In that case, let's put 2 families back in there. If you are just sort of slowly moving that across, that's fine by me. Excellent. I can't be dealing with this perfect corner there, so let's just put one of those in. Alright. So our next rock of housing Let's have a look. We're going to have tavern, we're going to have trading. So along here, perhaps, could produce some. And along here can produce some, apart from it being good emmer fertility. Although I can't see the plus and minuses when it's snowing. I need the plus and minuses. The colour doesn't work for me, unfortunately. I'm very colourblind. Okay. Oh, hold on. That's 2,000 influence that requires now. I'm sure I said 1,000 before. How much do we have? 544. Okay, that's good. That's actually tickling up way more than I thought it would. Measure of political power required for diplomacy and pressing claims gained from raising settlement level and introducing the tithe taxation. Okay, so maybe we look at introducing our settlement level. We need 3 more houses to become burbage plots. Currently we have these 2 as level 2. I would say that these are probably the next ones to be prime upgraded. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, happy with that. Let's see how our marketplace is doing here. We currently have variety for everything. This common goods store has 5 shoes, 4 leather, 4 charcoal. I'm hoping though that this one has 7, 10 and 3. Okay. So that has everything it needs. This is the sort of thing that's perfect to do in the winter because there's not really much else going on. So yeah, upgrading these in the winter is a good spec, I think. Nice. And they're already level 2 size-wise. These ones can be, right? Span the living space on both of these. This one can also have a thing in the back of it. I'm not too worried about that just yet. I definitely would like to get eggs up a bit better. Our food has dropped down quite a bit, but we are in the winter. And we lost our boots again. There we go. Our settlement level has increased. That gave us, oh, maybe 100 there. Not as much as I would have liked. Okay, development then. So, orchard, sheep breeding, heavy plough. So where's pasteurization? Not pasteurization. Yeah, fertilization there. Fence up. Allows use of a fallow field as a pasture, improving fertility restoration. That's the one I want. I want to do sheep breeding or sheep grazing on a patch slowly multiply. That I'm not too fussed about. But I want to do fertilization so that our sheep increase the fertilization of where we are. But we have to do heavy plough to unlock it. Alright, let's do it then. And then next time we level up, we'll do fencing. This means we can do a plough. Although I don't think we can necessarily get the ox yet. We have to build a trading spot just for that, which is something we want to look at doing. There are 2 trading posts, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look. Trade. There's a trading post, and there is a livestock trading post. Enables trading livestock with trade points and other settled regions. Yeah. So I think like that's how we go about doing it. Unless, hold on, hitching post. We need 20 regional wealth. Which we have. We have 23. Do we have to have somebody working here, maybe? There we go. After placing an order, a livestock merchant will come to your settlements and deliver the animal. Orders can be placed once a month per region. For more frequent trading, build a livestock. So that's where we get the animal from, livestock. Okay, right, we're ready to work the fields, so let's just go and take everyone off the second job we just gave them. We'll still leave the 2 granaries, I think. Hunting camp is already 1. Yeah, charcoal, you're coming away. Woodcutter, you're coming away. Tannery, you're definitely coming away. Saw pits can stay at 1. Logging camp, honestly, you were managing at 1 as well. It gives us a lot of families here, so we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 families in here. We have Fridolin. Okay, so let's order another ox. Because we would like 1 for the farms and 1 for just general moving around. So I think, yes, we're into planting. Is that what that is? Ploughing process, yes. So they'll do it by hand, but also Friedling should come over and have a go as well. Any minute now, I'm sure. She will come and join us. Here she comes. Not going to fly through it. Nice. So I'm assuming this is our fallow field this year. Yeah, that's a shame because that's the better wheat crop, but that's okay. We'll have 2 fields of wheat. There we go. They're all coming to work. They're doing a pretty good job. I mean, the ox really does like make a huge difference. So I do think that's needed. Other people were saying that it's not, but I don't know. I think it is. Yeah, they're kind of cooking. So basically, all those do 1 field in the same time it takes the ox to do 1, basically. Now, interestingly, will they come over and start over here? Or are they planting now? Yes, they're sowing. You're still ploughing. Okay, well, you're doing okay. I don't want you to have to keep going to that corner. Just turn around. Just turn around. There you go. 4 tools stolen. Tools are rough because we're not making them currently. Okay, there you go. That's ploughed. So now can we get this one sown? There we go. They're all getting started. So this is sown and is now growing. And we're in April. March, April, May. Frequent raining. Crops grow. Possible droughts. Harvest in the autumn. Okay, that's good. So we basically have until the autumn to build the next bit, which is the windmill, right? But so far, did that get fully sowed? I guess. I don't know. Is it even seeable? I mean, it looks very ploughed, I suppose. All right, so that's there. That's there. So what I'd like to do, really, is bring in a path here. Because all of these points, I think, become access. For these farms. Whether we can do it here, because we're a little close to the edge. Oh, no, it is still doable. Just might not be there. Yeah. Well, let's just take it to there at least. Like, I think that helps them get around the place a little better. Because I noticed they came from their homes into the fields. They didn't necessarily have to come to the farmhouse, so that is good. Now, the thing we could build here, where is it? I think there's a thing we can build here eventually to have the livestock stored there. I'm not sure. The storage has gone from here. That's good. So next year, or when we need to, we can do a little bit more. Here we go. Taxation. Yeah, sorry about that. But the church, market, and food and everything is still good. So that's okay. Are these full yet? No, we've currently got 14 burbage plants. So yeah, we're doing okay for space as well. We have enough regional wealth for another set of chickens, I guess. We have 10 eggs now. Still not anywhere where I want it to be, but what does animals do? Goats or pigs? Pigs provide a strong passive source of meat, while goats provide a passive source of both meat and hides. Neat. I still want to do eggs. I just don't want them. I want eggs everywhere. Eggs are go-go, baby. Okay. So this would just sort of... Oh, there we go. Now it's growing. So we can see if it didn't get planted anywhere. Oh, no. They did the whole thing. That's great. Awesome. Well, let's better get building the next part of this then, right? Which is the windmill. Workers mill grain into flour. And then the communal oven, flour into bread. Okay, so windmill... I mean, you kind of want it like up on a hill. Let's have a look. Wind efficiency 100. What about over here? 91, 92. Yeah, like over here is really where you want it. I know it's a bit out of the way, but you want that wind efficiency to be real up there. Efficiency up. Sure is. Okay, we'll have that over there. It's a bit of a way for the people to work, but unassigned oxen. Unassigned oxen are needed for construction work. Yes, did we not get... We still only have Friedland. Did we never see that second ox? Do we just take them from here for now then? Okay, yeah, they're off. Well, we're going to keep an eye out for the second ox coming there then, because we spent the money on it. Don't love the fact that it hasn't turned up yet. But good job, Freeling. You're doing a great work. Well, I don't know if we were late to the party or what, but these crops managed to grow to like 30% or something before we started making... before we started harvesting it. So I have no idea whether that worked or not. We will put a family into the windmill though, because they're going to want to start working on turning that into grain, I guess. So that's a wheat. No, I think wheat becomes grain there, right? They're going to gather it all up first. Let's see. So there's 21. And there, or hold on, let's just pause a sec. Did we get that second ox? Stable space 1 of 1. Ah! So did we get that livestock or what? Is it because we didn't have the space for them? Stable space 1. Space for hardworking oxen. So animals may run away if there's not enough space provided. Oh, that might have happened then, eh? Upgrade to small stable. Expand the space by 1. Okay, well let's do that then. That definitely could have been the problem. They didn't do a very good job of helping out over here. So this is still wheat. So I suppose it's after it gets ploughed this happens. But also, like, we want you to be ploughing. Do we do that? So even though you live here, the oxen's praying? Oh, ox guide was praying. Okay, so the ox will now go and help plough. Yeah. Why aren't you doing this one again? Fallow, wheat, wheat. Wheat, fallow, wheat. Wheat, wheat, fallow. Okay, maybe next year these rotate. Yeah, now you're playing this one though because it's moved to October. Wheat, 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 fallow, fallow. So that one shouldn't have started to be ploughed. You messed up there, kiddos. Let's hope they figure it out. Is this still going to be... This is still wheat. I'm pretty sure that stays as wheat until they finish this. But yeah, the ox very much makes a difference. So let's do... What does horses do? A horse and cart increases carrying capacity by 50 goods per trip and significantly increases journey time nearby. Let's do ox. Pantry's full. Who's full? You? You're full of carrots? Nice. I mean, it's a great problem to have. Get him in here. 1 egg. Okay, so at the moment we still have the 14 plots, and this marketplace is serving 14. I think. Let's see if there's an easy way to see that. It just says food variety 100%, doesn't it? Free stock action 25. That's fine. We have to go into each individual one. I think I'm not quite sure, but at the moment anyway, they're fully served. This looks like it's got completely ploughed, which is good. Oh, he's just finishing off that one. Okay, so now what's happened? Now you're... The sowing progress of that is 100%. Sowing progress of this is not 100%, but it will be very soon. And that's happening in October? October! So that has a lot longer to grow this year. I feel like this grew a lot earlier last year. So now this wheat is down to 7, which I think means it gets turned into grain. There's now 7 grain there. This grain gets taken up to here and turned into flour. So now we just need the communal oven. Ah, we don't have stone. Welp. In that case, because that's clay, isn't it? That's iron. That's clay. That is stone. So we can just start mining our own stone. It's a way off. But we could just do it. Let's have a look. Industry. No. Is it classed as gathering? Mining. There we go. Stone cutter camp. Workers gather stone from nearby stone deposits. Or a mining pit. Oh, mining pit is for iron ore, clay, or salt. The camp is stone. Oh, I see. It doesn't have a great lot on it. But that is a rich deposit, so this eventually can become a bigger mine. Which we will have to do, because otherwise we will run out. We don't want to run out at a rich deposit. Okay, let's do... do a line up that way. We'll do a line this way as well. Yeah, or you can just ignore the path. Savages. I assume that they'd already planned their pathing. Yeah, because they're using it the way back. Look, good. I'm glad you're using it the way back at least. Okay. And like, I know this is far out, but I think sticking one family in here and just getting to work on the stone is probably not a bad idea. Also, an oxen carried something then. Does that mean we now have two? Yeah, we do. Friedlin and Heights. There we go. I'm glad you're having fun there. Resource stolen. What was that? Was that grain? Just made the grain, you little so-and-sos. I mean, it's fair. I suppose it's sat around doing nothing, isn't it? Come on then, stone miners. Finish this off, please. Stone is coming in thick and fast, which means we can now build our communal oven. Now, a communal oven, to me, it suggests that it needs to be, you know, a communal spot, but I obviously want it relatively close to the grain and to the wet house so we can get to both. So I think somewhere like this might work nicely, even though we will look at doing fields here eventually. Let's do it here for now, and we'll see how we get on. What do we have sat here? Anything? Windmill, nothing is stored inside. Is it then instead in the granary? No. Oh yeah, flour, sorry, there, 17. Okay. So the communal oven will require flour. Now, interestingly, salt is an option for our mines, I think. I'm sure salt stone... Iron, berries, clay, stone, salt. There we go, salt deposit. Now, interestingly, I don't know what that does, because I would assume that, you know, with a game like this, that's not where we live. Where are we? In a game like this that really sort of cares about the minutiae detail, I would imagine that the bread needs more than just flour. I suppose they're making a pretty crappy, like, leavened bread. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see... Like, actually, no, do you know what? To make good bread, you also need, like, some sort of yeast and salt, you know, and actually make a... That'd be pretty cool. What's full? What's full? Logging camp? Okay, what else? Stone cutter camp. Excuse me, that's fine. Don't need either of those to be particularly full. Like, you can't... With these gathering ones, you can't tell them to not make it. It's only on the production ones. Like, I'd be fine just only going here when we need 50. Wow, they've took 100 of that away already pretty quick. We might have to shut that down before we want to, because we need to get here deep mining, but we also want fertilization, so we need to do 2 upgrades before we can actually mine that for good. So yeah, we might actually start shutting that down. We have 50 something sat in there, and that's fine. There's probably loads sat here as well. Yeah, there's 32 sat there. Okay, I'm actually going to shut that down and only open it up when we need it to be open. Instead, though, we will come here. That requires stockpiles. That's fair. So here, then, production limit. I have no production limit on bread. I want you to make all the bread you can. And with that, because our food services are really coming down, meat especially, fish is doing okay. but meat's really starting to suffer. Just because of the increase in people, I imagine. Even though we haven't really increased our burbage plots, these basically sit at 10, and whenever they click at 11, they go and kill one. So we're kind of hitting the cap on that. Fish is doing okay, but obviously it's frozen through the winter, which is where the bread really comes in handy, because the bread is made basically during the winter. Yeah, there we go. So the bread there comes up, and what should happen is we should see bread start to flesh out into one of these, but we might actually need a third family to work in that granary soon, because we are going to look at doing some more expansion house-wise. So let's do that to finish off the episode. Residential rubbish plots, and we're going to basically make this a road here. So let's do this as we said we would, with a nice... It has to come from something else, does it? I mean, that's fine. Okay, we can't get too close to the river there. Wow, we really can't get too close to the river. Okay, well that's fine, we'll do that. I was actually just using that to shape the thing, but that's actually probably a useful road to have, so we might just leave that. Okay, and now we come to here. Yep. Don't love that one little house there, but I imagine doing this is going to mess it up. Oh, actually, no, that's okay. Yeah, actually quite like that. That's 3 goat places there if I've ever seen them. Cool. So now I'll fill in that road. That makes that road like a nice road up to the church. That makes sense to me. You know, trading posts we could bring out here and have this as residential as well, I suppose. Depending on how big the trading post actually is. Let's have a look. So that could go here, just maybe. We could also completely redo these roads. So we could have tavern and trading post here. Move the stable. I mean, oopsie daisy, just up the hill there a little. That would give us some spots here, because this really should be fairly residential, I think, as well. Okay, let's do that then too. Let's get rid of that little bit of road there. Don't have to move that yet, but we will when we need to build the trading post, which is soon, I think. It's probably next episode. Okay. In the meantime, we will do... Oh, royal tax increase. I don't know really what that means. Days left until collect. This tax will be collected from the treasury. Enable taxes via the manor to increase the treasury. We only have 40 in there. Okay. Definitely going to have to look at that then. This could be a couple more veggie plots here, maybe? It's probably a couple of veggie plots, isn't it? To fill in that space. Yeah, let's go. That can be veggie plots. Okay. So how are we increasing taxes? At the minute we don't have great, because taxation is -16, food, church and clothing level is 26.35, so it should be still positive overall, but yeah, they don't love taxation. But it's the way it goes, right? I suppose the taxation doesn't change as we tax more, so as long as we don't put the percentage up, but instead generate better taxes. So regional wealth, so hold on, taxes, treasury is coming from taxes. Regional wealth comes from where? So this one here, for instance, this pays taxes. I don't quite figure out both. Hold on, let's have a look. Taxes. All right, land tax collected from regional wealth. So the land tax is taken from here. or is converted to treasury. Can be spent on backyard extensions or converted to treasury via the manor taxes panel. Yeah, but we don't, like, we go higher on this. Like, this approval loss keeps going down, right? So that needs to stay at 10, really. The tithe doesn't matter as much. Although, you know, we're sending a lot to... We maybe slow that down a bit because our food intake has decreased quite a bit. Okay, so what we need to do then is, rather than increase the tax, we need to increase the places where taxes is taken from, which basically is level 2 burgage plots. So at the moment we don't have tavern or church, but that just means that they won't upgrade. So like, as long as they've got the market availability, I think they're happier, right? Fulfill base each goods marketplace. Consumption of goods is not related to their availability. Keeping the marketplace stocked will fulfill these requirements. So doing this will increase the food stall and clothing stall. So all of these will need, because these are level 2s here. Okay, yeah, let's do this then. So we don't have the requirements here. What do you not have? Clothing stall supply. Oh, that's interesting. Clothing store, there's leather. We should have a lot of stuff, should we not? Oh, is it here? Leather is a lot. Commodities is 0. I'm guessing they just stole our shoes. Yeah. Okay. So let's come to the cobbler's shop. Let's see if we can cover this up. Let's see if we can get this to 10. I'm hoping they don't just steal all we have. They've been stealing 5. I hope that's because that's how many they want to steal, and not because we have 5 to steal, if that makes sense. Allow more families to move into it. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We actually need more plots. Level 2 plots. So I'm going to say that these ones can level up to level 2. And these ones can up level 2. We need more planks. Okay. Let's see if that makes much of a difference. Because at the moment we have a good, like, a year to pay that, but obviously this treasury number needs to be matching it, else we just go into the red. So interestingly, approval's gone up a little. I think it goes up over the month because the taxation is instant. It's like, oof, got taxed straight away. But then as they go to the market and as they go and get their clothes and what have you, that sort of tickles up. So it's almost like each month it sort of drops down when they pay their taxes and then trickles up as they get other stuff, which, I mean, that's kind of like real life. You always feel a bit worse when you pay taxes, right? So there we go. This level 2 is going to be put in. It should hopefully increase our regional wealth a little quicker, although I do like the idea of spending stuff on, you know, the plots, but what can we do? We've got to pay the king, got to keep him happy. Okay, that was the level 2 one done. That must be there. These should all go happen straight away. So that's just gone right down again. There you go. Look, this month, taxation straight away, -5. And then as they go to the market and whatever, the market food variety, the clothing variety, and all that sort of trickle up again. So, you know, this number doesn't need to be 100, I don't think. At the end of the day, these guys are living in, you know, wooden huts. They're never going to be very happy. And that's kind of just the time period we're living in, I suppose. But, you know, we want them to be pretty chill. How's this doing? Wheat field. Growth, great. Harvesting process, 100%. Is it? Is it? It's grown all through the winter. September. It doesn't get harvested till September, but hopefully we get more from it, I guess. Yeah, because I assume that the bread doesn't last long. Oh, there is 5 bread still there. I suppose people are using it, aren't using it instead of other options at the moment, such as meat and what have you. But I think for now, everyone's getting the stuff they need, so we'll upgrade you as well. And we actually need 3 level 3 or higher. That's going to be a tough call. It's probably these 3 ones here. And it seems that they favour upgrading over building, because these have not been built, look. The construction priority definitely see. Well, I think it's because the families who live in these do it rather than construction. But we have what we need, look. There's plenty of wood and stuff. Food, you know, we're still doing okay. We've still got a year of food, but that's gone down from like 4 years of food. There's definitely something we have to take into account as we move forward. We cannot expand the wild animals. We cannot expand the fish. So it has to be coming from farming. So hopefully these little fields here, with the addition of some sheep soon, we'll be able to keep on top of our fledgling little village here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. It really does help out the channel. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to do that so you don't miss any videos. YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for watching. Love you all to bits. Till the next one, be good.